Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So in this episode, we are going to be doing the trade deadline, simulating to the end of the season, and then probably getting to the draft. And we'll probably do the draft in the next episode. So we're going to take this one a little bit more slow. We're going to take our time with it. So we have the trade deadline coming up, and obviously we have a huge decision to make. What do we do? So we have a current record of 33, 27, and 4, which puts us third in the division. And we have a good lead on like these teams, obviously Vancouver and Vegas. So right now we would drop down to the wild card. And if we look in the Central, it's like just shoot Minnesota and Chicago can catch us for the wild card. So what do we do? Do we add? Do we do nothing and just sit? Do we trade away our expiring contracts? Speaking of contracts, if we go to our expiries, obviously we have the big one being Zane Grek, restricted free agent, not too concerned. Like, all of our guys here are all restricted. Like, there's really, probably trade Pontus Holmberg, Castle, like, you could probably trade Klapka for something, goaltending, maybe do you move on from Urson and let Sergeyev come up? I think our best case of action is just going into the deadline, seeing who's available, and if there's like a move that makes sense. I think a centerman, I think if we were to add anything, if we can find a low end centerman, so then like you'd put Backlund down to the fourth line and then Castlewick would come out. I think that would probably be my main move. Defensively, I'm happy. Kevin Ball being down to 79 is not what we're really hoping for. And obviously, Dust Wolf is also down to an 83 if you watched the last episode, which is also not good. So let's see this. So if we just go to trading block for now, because obviously it's going to reset when we go in. I guess technically we can't, we have to browse trading block, sorry. So right now in Anaheim, this is what they have. See, like, would acquiring a Mikael Granlund, who is not the most highest overall, but he is an 83. He's more offensive, which would help our top six. There's a Troy Terry who can play the center, I believe. He can, but then his defense is not that good. 64 face-off, like like here you have Pavel Zacha, left wing center. He could be high-end trade deadline target. Um, Morgan Geeky as well, second line center. Buffalo, no one really. Same thing for Carolina. Colorado is nothing really. Darcy Kemper is available. We don't need a goalie. Prospects. John Gibson. Prospects. Prospects. Mikey Anderson. Mason Marchman, not a centerman though. Kopitar is available. Do you go after Kopitar? Thing is like a Mikael Backlund. He's just probably gonna retire after this year. Prospects from Montreal. Billy McKayev. Uh, Jesper Bratt is a wow. 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 Okay. Okay. That one, that's a big one. I think we'd have to consider that. Bo Horvat's available. I kind of like the Cal Granlund one if he wants to come here. Owen Tippett's available. I mean, he could be like I'm trying to think like if we can get a replacement for uh Sharon Govich. I mean, you have Malkin, another more offense. Tyler Toffoli for like a winger, but we don't really need a winger. Montour, Kuzmenko, Jared McCann, but he has 4 years at $8 million. I don't know about that. Braden Shen, another one, like, probably really good defense. But again, I want offense for that top six, especially for the second line center. Prospects from Toronto, Boston Forest, Cody Glass. Prospects from Vancouver. I mean, you have like Thomas Hurdle, but 3 years at 6.7 at 34. I mean, I think there are a couple of deals I would consider. So obviously, one being Jesper Bratt out of New Jersey. If he wants to come here, I think we have to try to do that. And I think the one deal I kind of want to make too is bringing in Keegan Golisar for that fourth line. I think he would fit really well with us. So I don't think there's really much else to do. I think let's get into the deadline. So I'm going to say we're going to be a conservative buyer. We're not going to fully go for it. We're also not going to sell. I don't think we need to sell. So Thomas Shabbat is also on the block. Must have missed that, or he was just added. Travis Sanheim, Bo Horvat. So it seems like, I guess technically I don't know him. I think his overall was a little bit decreased for yet. And would he come here? He would come here. So it would take Holtz, Quinn, and Korzak, Coronado, Bruceitwick, Hunter, uh, Nico Hutitainen, Appleby, and Hunter. Okay. I think we're gonna keep it here live. Let's just go straight to New Jersey first before we look at the center. They're struggling. They do want to give him up. He does have high value, but 4 years at 7.8. Obviously, I'm not giving up a first. I would give up Winnipeg second. Goalie-wise, we could give them Porter. If they need a goalie prospect, I mean, they have McHale, but they don't really have anything else coming up in the system. And we won't really need him. So we have Zarubin, and we have Sergeyev. Defensively, I wouldn't give them any of those guys. Forward-wise, I would see. I'm thinking here, oh, he doesn't want to go to New Jersey. That's what I was thinking of most. But maybe someone like Jack Quinn. We acquired him in the Nazem Kadri deal. It hasn't really worked. And he doesn't really want that extension. So if we go Quinn, so a second Porter and Quinn for Jesper Bratt. Feels still a little low. I think I would give them Buffalo's third, and I would give them probably a fourth next year. So this would be huge. So Jesper Bratt for a second, Porter, Quinn, a third, and a fourth. Would they do that? They do. They accepted it. I don't know how realistic that is. Probably not realistic, because why would they move him? But he had a low overall. He didn't want to be there. And we get him for that. That is insane. We just acquired our future first line. We have our future first line basically almost set. Yes, Jesper Bratt and Alexis Joseph. Now we just need probably that sniper. I think we're looking good. So we do have the option of going after Granlund, but if he's not available, I think they just moved him, or yeah, they have already moved him. Oh no, he's right here. So would he come here? No, he doesn't want to come. I think, like I said, we're gonna go after Keegan Colasar if he's still on the block. He's not on the block, okay. So, I think just bringing in Jesper Pratt is a good enough deadline. So I'm going to let it sim to the end. And once we are there, I will bring it back. We'll take a look at the other moves. And then we're going to see how Jesper Bratt looks as a Calgary Flame. So here we are in the last about 20 minutes to go of the trade deadline. No other trades came up that I wanted to do. There have been a lot of interesting trades that have happened. This one's William Lassell, Dahlquist for Kyle Palmieri, a third and a fourth round. Okay, we'll take a look at the rest of them that happened at the end of this. But during the waiting and simulating, and once I figured out there's going to be nothing, obviously it takes quite a bit of time to get to this point. So I was looking up name pronunciation for Hunter Brustowicz. It's Hunter Brustowicz. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that correctly. Hunter Brustowicz. So there we go. There's one name I can finally know how I can pronounce a little bit better. Probably a lot more. Definitely gonna have to remember Hunter Brustowicz. So I apologize. I doubt he's watching this, but I apologize for mispronouncing your name so badly. Like I was so off. Here we go at 2 minutes, 1 minute, and trade deadline is complete. Let's see how this is. So obviously that was the last deal. John Marino goes to Anaheim alongside Fabian Sutherland from Chicago. Jordan Spence, so Chicago was selling. They traded him, Jordan Spence, to Edmonton. Uh, Vegas got Anthony Mantha from San Jose. JJ Pajot and Logan Stanley to Philly. Ryan Donato to Vancouver. Vinny Desharnais to Dallas. Patrick Kane and Urho Vakanainen to Dallas from Pittsburgh. Joel Edmondson and Blake Lizette to Florida. Kuzmenko back to LA. Jonas Siegenthaler to Minnesota. Louis Crevier to Montreal. Pavel Zacha to LA. Damn, so LA's going for it. Damon Severson to Philly. For Owen Tippett, that's a little interesting with swap. Maxim Shabanov, Tobias Bjornfort, and Troy Stetcher to Vegas. Fabian Zeller actually got acquired from Ottawa first, and then they traded him later. Wow. Sam Steele also went along with him. Justin Barron TVR to Toronto. Igor Zamula to Tampa. Darnell Nurse to San Jose. Oh, wow. For Niels Lundqvist and 2/3. Edmonton also acquired Kerfoot and from the Islanders. Frank Vetrano to Carolina. Jordan Spence to Chicago. And there was our deal for Jesper Bratt. Sean Dursey and Ole Mata to Vancouver. Travis Sanheim to Detroit. Nick Schmaltz, Nate Schmidt, and Linus Carlson for Bowen Byram and Samuel Malak. Wow. Mason Appleton to the Rangers. So what an interesting trade deadline. Obviously, we had a huge one. We acquired Jesper Bratt. So I'm gonna go fix up the lines, and I will bring it back when they are done, and we're ready to simulate the rest of the season. So before I show you the lines, I just want you to see what Jesper Bratt looks like in a Calgary Flames jersey. So looking pretty good, looking pretty good. So now let's go and show you the lines for the rest of the season. Let's edit lines. We have Jonathan Huberdeau, Connor Zary, and Jesper Bratt. And Matt Coronado, Alexis Joseph, and Sharon Govich. Actually, looking at it, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go like that. Maybe Huberdeau, Alexis Joseph have decided to move him up to the second line for the rest of the year. Then it's gonna be Holtz, Backlund, and Luosterainen, Joseph Prospel, Kastelik, and Kutainen, Mackenzie Weegar, Caden Korczak, Zane Perek, Esteban Appleby, Kevin Ball, and Hunter Brustowicz. And that's obviously still Dustin Wolf, Samuel Urson. That's his backup. So I don't think we have anything else to do. Let's simulate the rest of the season. So let's get to April. Let's see if we're still going to be a playoff team or if we're going to be missing out on the playoffs. So far, a 1-1 record after the deadline. Pretty good. Jaden Lipinski gets hurt in the minors. It's a huge loss to Winnipeg. But we do win against them in a shootout in the next game. San Jose, really struggling. It's a win. San Jose, that's a win. Chicago, that's a win. Vancouver, that's a win. Okay. I think we're going to be a good team. Let's go. Another win in the shootout, so we keep our points. And the Nashville Predators have fired Brian Huska, so they hired him from us, and they fired him immediately in the first year with him. Jonathan Huberdeau, I don't think, got out of the lineup. Another win against Chicago. Lost to LA. So, 6 games to go. And we are currently third in our division, 1 point behind LA. But I think looking at the wild card, I think we're practically safe unless we lose basically all of these games, which I doubt is going to happen. So let's go ahead, edit lines. Let's just see. How has Jesper Bratt done since we've acquired him? 10 points in 12 games. Okay. Probably want a little bit more, but I'm not too upset about that. We are going to need a real sniper. Coronado kind of passes a lot. Same thing for Sharon Govich. Okay. So let's do this. Let's simulate. So Jalen Lipinski, let's get him back in really quick. Not exactly sure who would have been in the lineup. Let's see. Oh, it was Parker Bell. Okay. Let's take Parker Bell and get Jaden Lipinski back in. So Nashville. This is a 2-1 win. Okay, we're back to second. I don't think we're going to catch Edmonton, but St. Louis, they're under 500. Shootout loss, a point. I'll take it. Vegas. LAF's clinched, so if we win this one, I think we've done it. Did we clinch the playoffs? We did. So Bruce Cassidy brings us to the playoffs in his first year. Let's go. Taking on Anaheim here. We still obviously want home ice advantage, so we have to win. So LA's up 3 points on us, so this is a huge game. If we lose, I think we're going to be away in the first round. I think that should probably do it. We do face them in the last, so if they lost, we might have a chance. No, they won. We'd have 94. I mean, we could tie them. Let's see. Do we win this one? No. So that would guarantee us to not get home ice advantage. We actually might get the wild card. Oh no, Vancouver already played that. So we would finish 1 point behind LA. Wow, okay. Let's go to Stats Central. We'll look at the standings first. So the Pacific, Edmonton, LA, Calgary, Vancouver, and Seattle make the playoffs. In the Central, it will be Colorado, Dallas, and Winnipeg. In the Metropolitan, Carolina, Washington, and the New York Rangers. In the Atlantic, Florida, Tampa, Montreal, Boston, and Toronto. Entire league, the Colorado Avalanche won the Presidents. Worst team this year was San Jose, Nashville, St. Louis, the Islanders, Ottawa, the Devils, Pittsburgh, and Utah. Player stats. So Jonathan Huberdeau with 89 points. Let's go. 74 for Coronado, 64 for Zari, Bratt with 64. Let's see, what do you do though? So 15 and 18, not too bad. Obviously, still want a little bit more, but I'm not going to complain about that. 28 goals for Alexander Holtz, that's pretty good, so 8 goals more than last year. 48 points for Alexis Joseph in his rookie year. Pretty good, I would take all that. goalies. Dustin Wolf, 898. He went to an 88. That's pretty good. 898 save percentage is not really what we're looking for. So if we look at skaters, so Leon Draisaitl with 142. Connor McDavid with 135. Austin Matthews with 130. Goal scoring for the Maurice Richard will be Leon Draisaitl, Mikko Rantanen, David Pastrnak, Austin Matthews, Nathan McKinnon, Connor Bedard, and Alex Ovechkin all score above 60, with Kucherov, Fiala, and Kaprizov all behind the 60 goal mark. Assist King goes to Cale Makar with 96. And if we look at straight up defensemen, obviously Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes both hit 100. Evan Bouchard really close. Lane Hudson and Noah Dobson. Lane Hudson played 67 games, so he got hurt. But he still put up 74. Jesus. So if we look at goalies now, winningest is Mackenzie Blackwood. Shutout king is Jeremy Swayman. Save percentage is, for a starter, is Freddie Anderson, but most likely the Vezina is probably going to go to Connor Hellebuyck here. We'll see what they do, and obviously since we have a rookie, he will not, but he does finish top 5. They honestly might give Porter Martone the call there because of, actually no, it might go to, yeah, Porter Martone because of his plus 10. So, but our Ivar Stenberg has the most points as a rookie. So, let's get the confirmation that we are going to be playing the Los Angeles Kings. And there it is. We're playing the Los Angeles Kings in the first round. So year 1, we make the playoffs. We lose to Edmonton in 5. Second year, we missed the playoffs this season. Year number 3, we make the playoffs. Let's take a quick look at the LA lineup. So we have Kevin Fiala, Quentin Byfield, Alex Laferriere with Warren Fogle, Kopitar, and Pavel Zacha, who they acquired. Paul Cotter, Philip Dano, Mason Marchment, William Greentree, Berkeley Catton, and Andrei Kuzmenko, who they acquired at the deadline. Mikey Anderson, David Reinbacher, Brant Clark, Artem Zub, Samuel Bolduc, and Jeff Petrie. And in net, Jesper Wallstedt. And they still had Michael Hage and Tynan Lawrence as scratched. So okay. Let's take a look at the playoff tree for everyone else. So some games have already gotten started, but starting in the West, we have Dallas versus Winnipeg, Colorado versus Seattle, LA versus Calgary, Edmonton versus Vancouver. In the Eastern Conference, we have Washington and the Rangers, Carolina and Boston, Tampa and Montreal, Florida and Toronto. So that Eastern Conference, a lot of good matchups there. But that's going to do it for us. So in the next episode, instead of it being the off season like I thought, it's going to be the round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. So if you watched the entire thing, I thank you so much. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode. Ciao.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running